Art students, Brian Proctor, the art teacher, back again in my junky art room habitat. And this is another action pose step by step drawing lesson, number 2, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get right to the drawing table, which is right here, and get started. There's a lot of junk on that table, too. A whole lot of junk. All right, so let's get started. All right, we're going to do I'm going to do another female. We need to do more females, so that my females won't look like men. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did last time. I'm going to do a quick sketch and then come back and we'll draw it together slowly if you choose to draw this. And then I will put some kind of uniform or costume on her. So let us begin. So again, I'm going to kind of twist, starting out with moving that line over. Okay, let's go the old school way. We're going to do my triangle. So I want to actually twist that triangle. And that other one is going to be twisted over here. So to twist them, if this is your center point, you just move them over a little bit. Just move it over like this one won't hit that center here, I think. And then twist it, because it's going over, you have to twist it. And then I'll do that center line here. Cut this off here, cut this off here. Where's my center line? Cut this here, cut this here. And then I will do my head, which I'm going to make a little bigger. And then, since that's there and this is here, this is going to be the delt. And I'm actually explaining it to you instead of drawing it. This is why it's coming out a little stiff right now. So, as I said, I'm going to redraw this. So let me do a fast motion on this so I can get this thing halfway looking right. All right, fast motion. All right, I'm going to hold it right here. I guess this is as far as I can go. I could probably keep working on these hands, which are stressing me right now, but I'm not, because what I'm going to do is give her like a double blast, like coming from her hands. So it's going to cover up some of that anyway, but I still wanted to get it halfway decent right. And I still can when I ink it, because usually when I ink it, I can kind of see the mistakes and touch it up if I don't really just screw it up. So let's go over this again. This was kind of a rough one because I kept having to tweak it. So, sheet of paper. And I think the whole thing was I started out trying to explain it first, and then, I had to shorten it and widen it and thinning it out. Thinning it out. All right, so with this one, let's start out with the torso. Oval. And then we want to go with that line because she's kind of down a little bit. So we get the oval, and we want to do this. I mean, yeah, I did the triangle last time, but we're not going to do that on this one. And then let's put a ball this time. We're not going to do the tuna can. We'll just put a ball right there. And then we're going to put the hips going out and in like that. So you should have this. And I'm going to turn this into more sloping like this. You want to cut for the arms. This, the ball, and then that triangle right there. Pretty close to what I've got there. Remember, it's going to have that lean to it. So we want to slope out right where these delts are going to go. So just for the sake of arguing, let's put the delts up here. And then I have her coming down. That's one of the things. I brought her down, leaned her over more, so you'll see more up in here. And then when you go down, those collarbones are going to be a little bit behind this. Those delts are going to be behind this collarbone, which means her neck is going to start here and go up. But I put her head down low. So let's put her head down low again. Then I brought this leg up, and that's one of the things that troubled me. I brought the leg up. So basically you want to do your back circle, your front circle, kind of on the edge here, and that's where your knee is going to go. And then straight line down at that angle, right there on the edge of this knee. So if I did the knee like this, just kind of oval, square it off a little bit, then right on the edge of that knee, that bone comes down. Then you get a little bit of calf muscle. Calf, would that be the calf, or that's the calf, front side calf. So the same thing on the edge of that, bring it out and then bring it down like that, and then just end it where your foot is going to go. So this, you might bring it up a little bit, but let's continue on before we actually make any changes. So on this other one, we're going to have this, as it comes down here, we're going to have this leg come out, not too far. I do this as for a measuring thing. I just put that little muscle in there. That way I'll know if it's too long or too short or whatever. Like that. So you want to go up, go narrow up, and then go back down, kind of like thinner, narrower. And then that foot is going to be right. If you kneel down, your heel, you're going to sit on your heel. Your butt is going to touch that heel, so you want to put it right here and down and bend it like that. Now with this one, I'm going to draw that foot. So kind of like drawing a triangle, and then I'll just give a little bit of point to it. It could be flat, it could be pointed, but I'll just give a little bit of point, because when you're sitting, if your ground is like this, it's going to be flat just like that too. You know, if you turn that into a little box, kind of like this, then you can put a little point on it like that to show that it's like sitting on top of that sloped box. But I mean, you can get away with just a little bit of the point. So here, the breasts, so just right about here. And usually when you lean it down, it's going to be a little lower than this, right about there. So did that heart, not too low. You adjust as needed. So this shoulder is going to be here, this is going to be here, and then this is going to come right up into this arm. This is going to come up into this arm here. So with this, I have this bone coming off here, going in, and then hitting on that hip. This one I have it right here, going here, and then coming out there. Now I'm gonna bring these shoulders down a little bit more. So it's gonna come around and then down a little bit more. And then, as I say, that's a given. So this is gonna curve up and around. So you're going to, let's just say we put a bicep here, do more of a rectangle. This is a rectangle fitting up under here. Not too far out. Rectangle, 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 oval, oval. Yes, I'm starting to hear my words. And then you want to do, not on the edge of it, going back into it. You want to do another, what shape is that? It's more of a triangle, triangle shape, yeah. I have to remember my old lessons. Triangle shape. And then flatten it out here, flatten it out there. And then you can put the hands where? You put the hands on top of it. But usually, as I say, I'll put the hands where I need the hands to be, or I want the hands to be. And this is like a square, basically. And I probably should raise them up a little higher. About like, say, like about right here. And this square is angled off. It's not square like this. It's more angled like that. Yeah, you saw that. And then I'll throw the arms in there. These might end up being a little bent because it's probably higher than that one. So we have this. This is your palm. You cut this in half. You have this thick part of your palm right here. Your thumb goes off of that, like that. And of course, this is going to slope down. So this is going to come around. This is going to come from behind it. So if the circle was here, where's my blue? If my wrist was, the wrist is going to be like right in here, in that palm. And it's going to come back like that, and then you're going to get that bicep, not too big, and then you're going to get that delt. Same thing here. I'm going to bring this down a little bit more because her neck is here. This is here, and this is going to form her shoulders, which are a little too high up and rounded for me. So we've got the hand here. Remember, the wrist is going to be right there in the palm. Come back. Round that off. Then you have your bicep. So it's going to be like under and connect here. This is going to be higher in your biceps. So it will be under, connect here. Higher than the bicep. Bicep, bicep. So get this underarm thing going right there. Looking at that one, it's kind of a hot mess, as my mother-in-law used to say, still does say. She's not going anywhere. And I get that pointed chin, make that head a little bigger. And that neck, that chest, make that chest maybe a little smaller. Bring this in, and you have somewhat of a mirrored drawing. And then of course they say the hand, the palm, split that in 4 pieces. The palm is right here, the thumb is right here, and then the old difficult fingers again. 2, 3, 4. So the palm, the other part of the palm. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's something I said, once I learned the 30-day, once I finished the 30-day thing, I realized the things that I need to work on more to be a little stronger, and that is hands and faces. So we're going to bring that crotch up and in here and pull that leg up a little bit more. You will see a little buttocks right there, and then the leg takes over. And then calf comes out and up to that foot, which is way too big. So we just cut that in half like that. So there, basically, you would have it. So let's ink this the same way we inked the last one. And as far as this, I have no idea what kind of costume, so yeah. And I put this line in because it's like a shirt. When you, instead of separate, it's if you separate them like this, then it's basically, you know, there's your breast right there. But if you put that line under it to kind of connect them, then, you know, your parents won't see you drawing, you know, boobs. And then you can just have that little extra fold like that on there, and it looks like you got a shirt on or something. So we have this coming under from the arms. We got this here. I'll bring that leg out. And here's my knee. Remember that line, and then you have your little bit of calf here. Would that be the calf if it's in the front? Your ankle on the inside is higher than your ankle on the outside. So let's draw a foot. You have this, your collarbone, because collarbone. What is wrong with you, Brian? This is your rib cage, because it right there on this little point. And then it goes into your hip right there. The crotch, the leg. Like I said, a little piece of the buttocks right there. And then you're going to have this. And then this calf thing. Make the foot even smaller, because it's going to round off right there. Now the hands, you know, as I said, brother got to work with his hands. But I'm going to fake it for now. So we have this turning piece here. Your thumb comes out and in. And then this one finger with the one joint. This other one comes a little bit behind it. This one will probably be more behind, and the baby finger would be more behind as well, which is really short. Yeah. As I say, because I don't do enough hands, I need to do that. I said I was going to do 100 hands and 100 faces. Just hadn't gotten around to it yet. You only get one life, Brian. You need to go ahead and hook it up. So get a little back of that arm right there. Separation from the bicep, tricep, not too fat. This is going to come down and have that little curved part right here. And then again, the thumb, two joints, one bend right here, and then this. And as I said, it was meant to be like her blasting, her ray, a beam of something. So you won't really see the hand, too much of the hands. You wouldn't see the palm of the hand anyway. So there you have that. Again, in a nutshell. So hopefully I did not go too fast if you were drawing it, but if you can draw it again rewind the whole thing and draw it once more again. And then dress your character however you choose to dress your character, if you want to dress this character. So, as I said, I was going to do a blast here. Let's have a blast. Like, she's holding off or defending her position. So this was going to get covered up anyway. So. However you do your blast. It's going to come into the palm. That is the goal for this one, is this. And I haven't figured out how to, or what kind of blast I'm going to do. But I know it's going to come into the palm, so you're not going to see any of this part of the palm. So you're not going to see any of that. I said she's defending her position. Wherever she may be at. So that's the hard part. I mean, you know, kind of figuring out the position is hard enough, but then when you try to put a costume on a person and background and so forth, that's the hard part. So what I'm going to do is take a break. For me, it won't be a break for you. It'll be right a split second afterwards. And then I'm going to figure out the costumes. And by the way, I'm doing like 3 at one time. I'm working on this one, which was the last video. It's not quite finished yet. And I'm working on this, which I don't think you've seen any part of it. Well, no, I don't know if it's going to come out first or not, but I'm trying to do more of the Jim Lee type of thing, just to see how his style was, because I mimicked him in the beginning when I started drawing back again, because I stopped for a good little while drawing because I was just frustrated that Marvel and DC and all these guys weren't really picking me up or trying to pick me up. So I drew Jim Lee exactly the way he was, because his style was close to mine back then. But I never sent it in. I never really sent it in. I don't think I sent it in. So yeah. Anyway, let's get back to this after I take a break. All right, so we're picking up again because it has literally been about 4 days since the last part of this drawing that you just saw. So I was playing around with it. I didn't want just an energy blast. I thought about some lightning so I can get more of a coming at you kind of effect. And I decided to make it one of my characters again because I had no idea what I was going to do with it. But this character here is a lightning character. So I said, okay, that'll work. And I just saw that today. I don't know why I just saw that, but I just saw that. So I'm going to put her in that costume. But the problem is my last video got demonetized because of the female. The way that let me show you. The way that I did the thumbnail with just the anatomy and then the actual drawing, I guess they said that was not proper or not whatever, you know, for YouTube ads. So they demonetized me. So with this costume here, I'm definitely gonna get demonetized, but I mean, I'm teaching you guys again. It's back to teaching you guys how to draw, so I'll deal with that. I'll bite that bullet. So first of all, let me get a little extra light here just for me, and I guess if I clean my glasses, it would help a lot more. So that's a little better. It's got a lot of red, so I'm switching to blue for the costume. And as I said, this is a very skimpy costume, so she has a thing around her neck. And it is open all the way down to about here. So yeah, boy, this is going to be demonetized like crazy. So I have no expectations of this thing not being demonetized. But you know, as I say, it's about the comics. So this is going to go around because the breast is round, and it's going to be here. Come down, around, and then in there. So she's got like half sleeves. I guess about like this. And this one here. And there's a little cut between on there. Okay, so this comes around and her stomach is open. Looks like I have something like this and it goes all the way down. No, like this, it opens up. Kind of like the rib cage, and then it comes down. And these right here. Demonetized. No doubt about that. And then she has the little, I don't know what you call it, what you would call that piece here. And it should be blowing in the wind to a degree because of the lightning striking, but I definitely don't want to have it blowing back. It cannot blow up, so we're just going to have it hang here, and maybe the one in the back kind of blows back because it goes up, and with her leg up, you wouldn't see it. There's a little cut right here, and it's going to come down here. I have to cover up some of the leg, some of the thigh, and then maybe go that way, blow that way. The same as her hair. She has a lot of hair. And then she has the high boots. I don't even know how they look. Let's see if I can find a picture in here that I may have drawn. And as I said, these were like characters. I'll show you as I go through. These were like characters that I just came up on the fly because I wanted to do a coloring book. And I don't show the boots. I don't know if I have her in there too many times for some reason. It's a wonderful coloring book. You should get this. Good character design. And also, no, yeah, but there's no real design. I have her here, and I have her here. So, yeah, I guess there's no real design, except the straps around the ankles, which are a major point. So I have a strap here. She does have heels on, so I have a strap here. And then a strap right there before the knee guard. And I could put some kind of symbol on that knee guard. I could. But I'm not. So this would be here. No straps on her legs. She has on her wrists. And a mask. And the mask comes down, just comes over and then down low like that. And her hair is covering the rest. So this is cut out like a cat eye. Maybe round that off a little bit. And then her hair, crazy long, time to get a haircut hair. So I'm going to play with this hair, maybe with a pencil. For the time being, I'm going to fast motion this part because I might change it 3 or 4 times. I might get it right the very first time. So let's go. All right, I'm just going to go with this for the sake of going with this. And time-wise, character, gotta have the breast open because that's just part of the demonetized factor. What was I saying? For the sake of something, time, I guess. Oh yeah, you know, bro. You know you ain't getting away with that unless I fake it and put another kind of a thing up, another thumbnail. but I'm not going to do that because I'm not ashamed of my character. So yeah, okay, so yeah, all right. So now we got that. So I figured some kind of background. Come on, get your words. Use your words, Brian. Use your words. Some type of background. You won't see this heel. I'll put a bit of a heel on here. You won't see that heel coming down because all of this is covered by this shroud. Just came to mind. I don't know if that's the right word, but it just came to my mind. Shroud. So this is going to go up here and come down here like that. I guess once I ink it, it'll show us something to be true. Okay, got a little fire coming out right there. Of course, you're not gonna get this. You're not getting away with this, bro. Demonetized. Okay, what am I gonna do with this? I'm gonna open this up just a little bit more to cover some of that up for you young viewers. All the same, it's still open like crazy. A little wrinkle right there. Maybe there's some wrinkles right here. Show that it is a dress. Yeah. Wrinkle right there. Yeah. So I think I'm ready to ink. Throw some kind of background, and I don't know what kind of background, so what I'm going to do is, she's on the ground, of course. It doesn't have to be a flat ground, but I want to put some smoke coming. I don't want to cover the lightning. All right, that's a get over. I don't want to put plants. I can just do it like that and leave it as is. Almost like the ground is being hit by something. Like they're firing back at her. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't know. I really don't know. But the idea of the smoke kind of intrigues me. Mountains or something in the background. Now to get over. Some sky. I'm not going to worry too much about the background. I'm just going to get this out because it has been a minute since I started this. Probably within a week. It's probably been more than a week. Stuff's been happening and keeping me from getting stuff out. So let's just do this. If I can find a good writing pen and get this bad boy out. So fast motion when inking because I have nothing else to say other than I hope I don't screw up on the face. Let's go. All right, I think that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to put a dark line around it, a thicker line around it. I don't want to put a thick line around it, but I'm going to color these things later. So the thick line would help. As I say, I don't like to put a thick line around the whole thing. I only use thicker lines when I'm trying to do line weight, and I can still do, you know, line weight at the same time. But I just don't really like, some people can do fat lines, and a lot of people, I've seen a lot of artists use just the extra small kind of markers. Let me get rid of this light for now. And I tend to use the thin ones because they're more sharper. So you can get a better line with a thin marker than with a thick marker. But some people ink with a brush. You know, that's something I know that I won't be able to. I'm not going to say that. Never say you can't do. Never say that you can't, you won't, or you will never be able to do. Because then you won't try, because your brain is saying, what are you doing? You know you can't do that. So yeah, never say that to yourself about art or your skills. Or anything in life that you might want to do. So just adding a bit of shadow. I didn't even ink that. And I usually wear the roundnesses, I'll go a little thicker, like well, you know, under the bottom you're gonna be thick, but where the circle bulges out the most, I'll make it a little thicker there. I don't know why, that's me, but it usually shouldn't be the thickest there because it's closer to the light. But like I said, that's just me. And I'll leave the lightning thin, giving some shadow here, which shouldn't be any shadow because it's so close to the brightness of the flash. There wouldn't be any shadow. The shadow would be back here under the arm, which I'm not going to mess with. Because as I said, I'm going to color it, and so I'll leave the color for shadow and light. Demonetized. All right, so come on, let's finish this real quick. All right, enough, Brian, enough. So let me pull back a little bit so you can see at least see the top and the bottom of the paper. All right, so there you have it. This is my female character. I don't know, have a name for it. Just another female character drawing of my lightning deliverer of lightning. And I can erase all this on my own time. So I'm gonna call this one a day, and oh, gotta compare from this. This is gonna be my shot. What do we call it? Thumbnail. This is why I'm gonna be demonetized like crazy, but that's okay. It's in the verge of teaching, on the whatever of teaching. So that's gonna be it for this video, and I'm working on 3 more at the same time. But yeah, it's coming out slow. So anyway, I'm not gonna ramble anymore. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Subscribe if you haven't. tell a friend if you haven't, and always click that notification bell. I'm hiccuping, so that you will always be updated on what I'm doing and when it's coming out. All right, that's it. No rambling. See you guys in the next video.